One fun fact about the Petronas Sepang International Circuit is you do not know for real in regards of the weather. Yesterday we had one of the hottest days down here on the track, but somehow today it was raining. So God is fair at the end of the day, because why? All the actions will definitely be displayed down here on the track at the infamous Petronas Sepang International Circuit. Very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, whatever it is that you're watching us right now on our socials. Thank you so much for tuning in back with us to witness another session, round 3, race 2 for the TP and TP2 category for the Malaysia Touring Car Championship 2025 with me, Mio Adlan, together with the lovely Erin Cheong.
Yes, that's right, Mio. Now, of course, like I mentioned, the weather is very unpredictable here in Malaysia, but one thing's for sure is that we are having our race 3, round 2 of the TP categories later on very, very soon, starting as well. And what's coming very soon is also the Petronas Grand Prix of Malaysia 2025, happening on the 24th till the 26th of October 2025. Now, Mio, you know what?
Yes, what do I know?
The tickets are selling like hotcakes.
Seriously
they're
lah?
about to be off the roof.
Dah nak habis lah sebenarnya
Dah
tiket?
nak habis dah tiket, Mio.
Wow.
Mio dah beli belum?
Okay, Mio sebenarnya akan beli juga, tak beli lagi, but kepada mereka yang berminat nak beli, for those who are really interested in wanting to make this event a successful one, make sure you guys go to sepangsircuit.com and get your tickets quick. And also, let's highlight what's happening today. We are fortunate, granted, weather walaupun kacau bilau tak menentu, tadi hujan dan panas sebagainya, kita masih lagi ada penonton-penonton yang datang ke main grandstand ni, coming down here in support of the MTCC, wanting to watch the superb race. And what we have witnessed tadi, pada awalnya kita dah lihat satu perlumbaan yang sangat menarik di kategori MTC dan juga for the
PNG.
Exactly.
And
it was fun.
It was fun.
It was fun.
It was a fun watch. That's why you guys have to tune in with us. And of of course, those were having fun and a bit of drama, I would say,
Betul.
for our two gentlemen up in
Exactly.
the deck, you
We
know.
predicted correctly the fact that they do love drama, and drama did
Dramatic.
happen. And I believe they're going to extend their drama even more. Whether it's horror, whether it's thriller, we shall see together with Jeev and Nick. Gentlemen, you like some drama, right?
I'm proud to say that drama follows me all around the place. I think it's down to the person, Nick, really, as to whether you find things dramatic or not. But that was undeniable. What they were saying is true. Hi, my name is Julian Salvanathan. Nicholas Arnold joining me in the commentary box. It's now open for Touring Production and Touring Production 2, the final race of MTCC 2025 Round 3. It is going to be a wet race, but as they pointed out, the rain has stopped, hasn't it, Nick?
Yes, it has. The rain has been in spades, actually. When
It's
we
been
were
almost
on
programmed.
break from the MTC,
It rains.
it rained, and now it has stopped. And speaking of big events,
Oh,
Jeev,
for sure. The Petronas Grand Prix of Malaysia. They were just talking about it, 2025, 24th to 26th of October this year. Get your tickets at sepangcircuit.com and do look out for the discounts. Yes, it's true what they were saying. The tickets have been selling really, really fast indeed. In fact, the Premier Seat and Marquez Tribune already sold out. Main grandstand tickets are selling out really fast. Also, while you're on that site, check out the MTCC Hospitality. This is something new for this inaugural season of MTCC. VIP dining access, all-day dining with your paddock pass, starting from just 108 ringgit a day. Go check that out, but do get your Petronas Grand Prix of Malaysia tickets very soon because they are selling out very fast. Well, we are about ready to get down to the grid to talk to some of these drivers. Reverse grid in effect for this short sprint race we're about to have. Lee Kum-sun, number 29, the 22 Pro Shop car. Let's hear from him.
Car number 29 for the TP category. Car number 29, I'm with Lee Kum-sun. Now, Kum-sun, okay, apa perasaan you hari ni ya? Sebab sekarang ni it's a wet race lah, okay? Track sangat basah. Apa perasaan you sekarang ni?
Mau hati-hati bawa lah. Banyak licin tau.
Ya, licin lah.
Bawa slow sikit. Boleh dek. Habis sudah okey.
Okay. You rasa, okay, sekarang ni you dekat depan lah kan. You rasa you boleh maintain ke position ni throughout the race?
I try my best lah. Boleh lah, cuba sikit.
Yelah, you aim for podium lah hari ni ya.
Ya, cuba. Cuba hari ni boleh ada ong sikit, boleh podium.
All right, amazing. Good luck to you, Lee Kum-sun. All right, and back to our gents.
So Lee Kum-sun, Daniel Ren Oi, Leon Koo, Daniel Chani Walker will be the first 4 cars on the grid because of this reverse grid format. Because the winners, which are Boy Wong and Jonathan Z, will be starting at the back, so 5th and 6th for them. And the same is going to be in effect for TP2 as well. That is the weather condition right now. Still 26 degrees, but I'm wearing a hooded top inside here because, you know, the guys are always going on about how cold it is in here. It is actually a bit colder, very rainy as well, but no actual active moisture on the track. Right now, this is just what we've seen in the last half an hour. Now, that is a look at the car park in just outside.
these are great scenes, Jeev.
It's fantastic. The amount of people that have turned up at the Petronas Sepang International Circuit this weekend for round 3 of the MTCC has been phenomenal. Do keep pounding your support for local motorsports in the area. And, you know, you're right. It is one of the most packed grandstands we've seen, and that can only mean good things for the tournament and the championship as we are here in round 3 of the 4 rounds. So one of my favorite drivers yesterday, in fact, my most valuable driver was Daniel Chani Walker for Black Wolf. Let's hear from him right now.
All right, now I'm here together with Mr. Walker, if I may say so, Danny Boy. So again, you're quite of a regular, you make regular appearances on the podium, obviously, you know, with your performance and with the quality of the car as well, with the perseverance and whatnot. So the fact that it is somewhat of a semi-wet track down here in Sepang today, does that give you more assurances, or it gives you a bit more, you know, a bit of a different kind of tactic, I would say?
Well, yeah, thanks very much. I like driving in the wet. I used to enjoy it when I used to do go-kart racing, so looking forward to it because it opens up a few opportunities. We got P3 yesterday, and the car's running great. Bay Racing have done a great job with the car. So we're looking forward to making some opportunities and see where we end up at the end of the race.
All right. Lovely. And the fact that this is the last round where it's just going to be a 30 minutes race. Up next is going to be a far more, challenging 300-kilometer endurance race. So would this be something that you're looking forward to a bit more versus a short race like this? Or how is it for you?
Yeah, I think we're looking forward to the longer race. We don't have the flat-out performance like some of the front guys, so we're looking forward to a long race where we can create a few opportunities and conserve the tyres and see where we end up at the end.
All right. So a promise then, we'll see you later in half an hour at the podium?
That's the plan, so let's see how we go.
All right, good luck to you. Have a great race, man. Thank you. All right, gentlemen, over to you.
Well, it's a good enough plan if you ask me. And based on his performance yesterday, I'm expecting him to do quite well. Looking forward to round 4 of the 300-kilometer race. That's going to be double points, of course. How are we looking in terms of the standings for TP?
Well, firstly, Jeef, it is official. We're going to have a wet race. I think that will change the dynamics. Visibility will obviously be a factor. That's why all competitors will have to have their headlights on throughout this race. Looking at the standings in the TP class, well, Boy Wong has just extended his lead after winning yesterday. So he's on 74 points. And Jonathan Z has solidified second spot. So he's now gotten 61 points. And in third place, Fadzil Alang, who was earlier on 40.
Well, let's just get back to that because we're going to get down to the pits now with another interview.
Now I'm here with car number 128, Jonathan Lee, going to be competing for the TP2 category. Now, Jonathan, how do you think the race is going to be like today?
I think it's going to be exciting considering the floor is kind of drying up. So hopefully after a few laps, everything will go according to plan.
Do you think you're prepared for the race today, round 2, as compared to yesterday's race?
I hope to be.
You hope so. Is that it? Any strategy in a play for today's race?
Just do my best and just chase the guy in front of me, I guess.
All right. Looking forward to see your performance on the track. Good luck to you. And back to you, gents.
Well, so you were continuing on there with the standings, Nick.
Yes, so Fadzil Alang, despite really coming to an anti-climax yesterday with a DNF,
lap.
Fadzil will maintain in third spot with 40 points. So that actually, I think, gives him a lot of confidence coming into this race.
Okay, well, just that's the course that we're going to be on, the full north and south course. 15 corners, 5.543 kilometers, 927 meter straights, and all a little bit more treacherous today because of this wet weather that we've had. So the grid is clearing now. But basically, it's coming down to about 10 points, as I understand it.
Yes, Boy Wong has around that much of a lead, I would say. 15 points.
Yeah.
So he's got about 74.
So
Jonathan Z 61. It's about 14, 15 points that he has. That is a decent advantage
it's a decent
at
advantage.
this stage.
I mean, it really does throw into contention what's going to happen here in this race, because 15 points for the win, 12 points for second, 10 for third. It means that the top runners, Johnny Z, Boy Wong, Chow Tek Seong, all going to be looking to hit the podium. As Daniel Ren-Ui also had a good race yesterday.
I think Mio brought up a good point earlier that this is going to be the final race.
Regulation race, yeah.
Regulation race. So essentially this will be the final sprint race before we move on to the 300 kilometers.
Which is, as I said, it's going to be different for the touring production guys because they have been running half-an-hour races all year to suddenly get to 300 kilometers. But yeah, they're ready for it. A lot of these players, a lot of these races have raced before in MCS. And that has been the traditional way of ending the season with the 300-kilometer double header. That'll be happening a month from now.
Leon Koo, who finished in 4th place yesterday.
That's the best place to finish when you're looking at a reverse grid, because now it means he's going to be starting in 3rd for this second race. And he is probably, with no disrespect to Lee Kam-sun and Daniel Ren-Oi, he's the man you should be looking for to kick off that 65 car. Daniel Chani Walker as well. Those two cars in 3rd and 4th, I'm expecting to make a play for turn 1. It will be a standing start. There'll be a formation lap, of course. And race control has the option to extend that formation lap to a number of formation laps until they're happy. There is Johnny Z, confirmation that he's in the OPM light car. Single drivers for all of these 13 entrants in Touring Production 1 and 2.
Johnny Z has been a busy man. He was in the previous race as well. So really jumping from one car to another, one championship to another.
Well, it's been a busy weekend like that. There, of course, was TSS by Be Quick as well, the Thai Championship that just happened. The Asia Classic Car Challenge is on, the Vios Challenge is on as well. A lot of these drivers will be taking part in that. That's happening a little bit later on today. And who can forget the Honda Mega Meet, of course. That was a big thing that happened this weekend to herald the entry of Honda into the MTC class.
That's, I think, been the biggest reason in the turnout
For
of
sure.
the fans.
For sure.
And it's great. I think it's filled up even more from when we started the MTC race early on.
A lot of off-track, I should say, activities and entertainments for the fans that have turned up. But they have left those behind just for now and have taken their place up in the grandstand because it is race time. 1 minute to go. 60 seconds until they're off on the formation lap. As I said, keep your eye on that second row of the grid. Leon Koo, Daniel Chani Walker, of course, Johnny Z and Boy Wong in the row just behind them. There's another shot of the fans that have turned up at the grandstands today.
Gee, we also have to talk about Fadzil Alang. He's been blowing hot and cold. What are we expecting from him today? Of course, he had a DNF yesterday, and it was again a tire problem.
Exactly what I said yesterday at exactly this time, which is if that car is allowed to work properly, he should be able to mount a challenge. If it doesn't, and we saw how close the margins are yesterday, he tried to push it on the last lap and blew it then. So it looks like it's a bit of a handful, the A45, but if you handle it right, I reckon you could get some performance out of that car. So there's the official time. And now with the green flags gone, cars underway for, as was highlighted, the final regulation race for MTCC 2025 before we get to the big double-header finale a month from now to close off the season. And based on what we were saying before, it's still close enough. I think if you're within 15, 20 points with that big double-header prize coming up next month, you're in good stead.
Yeah, I think for Boy Wong, if he wins today, he will take some stopping. That's pretty much
the thing.
done
Boy
and
Wong,
dusted.
This would be his third in a row, wouldn't it, if he wins this?
Yes, it would.
Chao Tek-seong also probably is going to be very difficult to stop.
Chao Tek-seong, yes, also really shining in the TP2.
Lee Kam-sun, Daniel Ren-Oi up at the top of the grid. Leon Koo and Daniel Chani Walker, 3rd and 4th.
In 5th, we have Jonathan Z, Boy Wong in 6th, Fadzil Alang in 7th, Wong Chung Hong in 8th.
So 9th to 12th, Jonathan Lee, Leona Chin, Chao Tek-seong. This is getting into TP2 now, Ken Urata. And that just leaves one car left. And that would be the winner from yesterday, Baron Sim, who's starting at the back of the grid because of that reverse grid regulation for this short sprint race. Also, the short sprint race means, of course, no pit stops either. You've set up the car once, and that's how it's going to run for half an hour. They're going to be lapping, I'm assuming, at about 240s. I can't see anything. I'm assuming a 238, 237 is the fastest they're going to get, if even that, based on the condition of the track.
On a wet race, yeah, you can expect them to be slower.
We're not going to get the 224s or the 226s.
Yesterday, the fastest was Boy Wong, obviously, with the 227. And Jonathan Z sort of mirrored him, almost identical 227.
That was a 421, wasn't it? 227, 421?
471.
471.
So in fact, Jonathan Z possesses the fastest lap of a 471.
2:27 is a good time. We're not going to see that, I don't think, with this. One of the drivers just now said that he's expecting the track to dry up very quickly. I don't know about very quickly because it's not bright sun. If it was bright sun, I could kind of see that happening.
And it rained towards the tail end of the TSS.
There is
so
a chance, yeah, so it's
much.
fresh. There's fresh water on there. There's also a chance, as you can see from the sky, just behind the cars here, that it might rain again in the next half an hour. You never know. But either way, we are going to start relatively dry. As dry as it could be anyway.
But like Daniel Channy Walker pointed out, there are some drivers who prefer racing in the wet.
Absolutely.
They are better suited towards these conditions.
Fadzil Alang is one of them, actually, I can tell you that.
Yes, he has. In fact, he has said it, that he likes racing in the wet.
It's just whether the car's going to keep up with it. That's it. It looks like the bonnet is at least secured this time. That looked like a problem yesterday. It was a very interesting race he ran yesterday because he was running 2:30s, I remember, for most of the race. Looked like he was out of it, then tried to push right at the end with about 3 laps left to go. And it was just that last lap that was too much, but he was putting in 2:28s and 2:29s and getting up. He was up to second at one point.
Yeah, he was.
Yesterday. So they take their grid positions carefully. Now, what can Lee Kum-sun and Daniel Ren-Oi do from the front of the grid now that they found themselves at the front of the grid? There's the flag. Everyone's set up nicely. And we are good to go. So in this case, the red lights just go off. Mad dash for turn 1 coming up right now. MTCC 2025 round 3.
Look at Fadzil right away on the inside.
Fadzil again with the great launch control from that A45. He's done that the last 3 starts. It must be frustrating when you've got a car that's going to start like that and you don't finish. Look at the space that he's already managed to get. He's clean through turns 1 and turn 2. As I said, that Mercedes A45, if it can last the duration of the race in good form.
I think that's always been the strategy, to make his way as fast as possible.
Is that Boy Wong?
That is Boy Wong.
How has he managed to do that from 6th on the grid? That is incredible. What a start. That just goes to show you that some of these drivers are not just fast once they get up and running. Boy Wong with possibly the best start of the pack to get up and be contesting Fadzil Alang. For a second, I thought Fadzil had the best start.
Fadzil was from 7th spot.
So this is 7th and 6th.
7th and 6th, yes.
Up
so
at the front. Shame on all of those other cars.
There goes Boy
Nice
Wong looking
move
to
on
take the
inside.
lead.
Yeah, the Civic's going to be a little bit more nippier into the corners.
And this is how our top 3 had played out for most of yesterday's race.
So that is Jonathan Z that's also pushing. Oh, well, Baron Sim in a lot of trouble by the looks of it. Well, he's up and running again. Well, I don't know what they've done to this car, but that car that Boy Wong is driving is doing very, very well.
You can see the track is still very much damp. There was a little bit of skid action there from Jonathan. I hope we get to see the replay of how it all started, because it was really some impressive action from both Boy Wong and there's a replay. Baron Sim just doing a 360.
Yeah. Baron Sim not having a good time.
Oh, what do we have here? 2 cars have stalled. I think one of it is a Lee Kum-sun.
That is Lee Kum-sun.
He's not moved.
Well, I don't know what they've done to that Honda FK8, but whatever they've done has been good, because the team has managed to put Boy Wong right up at the front of the classification. Not only that, he's lapping the fastest. 2:38.580, bang on target as to what I said. We were expecting 2:38, 2:37 maybe. I think that's the fastest they're going to get. Jonathan Z's also put in a couple of fast sectors, 2 and 4. Boy Wong fastest in sectors 1 and 3.
Gee, if we look at our screen, there are 3 cars out of contention with
Yeah, Wong Chung Hong is also out from R Engineering in TP2. Lee Kam Sun is out in touring production for 22 Pro Shop.
Okay, they've eventually made their way back, except for Lee Kam Sun.
Yeah, Lee Kam Sun is still out. He was our pole sitter. And as you can see, well, if he doesn't get that car off the track, I wouldn't be surprised if there's at least 1 or 2 laps of a full course yellow. But again, this is all up to race control. They are watching very, very closely. So whatever decisions they decide, we will let you know as that comes through.
Wet race immediately posing a challenge to our competing drivers.
Johnny Z, Fadzil Alang is now fastest on sector 1 on this lap. Boy Wong still the only car lapping at 2:38, 2:38.500. 5:80 was his last lap, that's what that should say. Johnny Z is all over the back of that Mercedes A45. Do you see how the bonnet on the A45 is secured today?
Firmly secured as opposed to yesterday.
I think that was one of the problems they were running with yesterday. Much better aero.
I think perhaps the strategy for Fadzil will be to just maintain pace, perhaps just keep Boy Wong in close sight.
If he can.
If he can, and then make a dash for it in the final lap. Perhaps not even the full lap, maybe just half a lap.
Well, right now he's got his hands full with seeing what Johnny Z's doing. I think Boy Wong right now is still lapping. Let's see as soon as they cross the line whether he's still lapping 1 second faster than everybody else. .232 and a 2:33. Yes, he is still lapping a second faster than everybody else. So they're going to have to do a lot more than what they're doing, Fadzil and Johnny Z. There's a car going very slowly.
That's Lee Kam Sun, who's finally got his car
Oh, he's finally got his
moving.
car up and running. Right, 22 Pro Shop is running again. Probably, I'm assuming, a lap down. Yes, they are a lap down. Jonathan Lee's also on a lap down. Chung Hung and Kum Sun, as you can see on the left of your screen.
Boy Wong is getting faster. He's just posted the fastest first sector. Having posted the fastest lap.
2. Well, they've slowed down generally, but he is still leading the pack and he is pushing ahead. Fully ahead now, as you see. It's going to be difficult for Fadzil and Johnny Z. There's just 0.1 of a second between them. Now that's Daniel Ren Ui, who is fifth, sorry, in class. Leon Koo just behind him, racing in the white, orange and blue R Engineering, and behind him, that should be Chao Tek Seong and Ken Urata. It is, in fact. So those are the 2 leaders in the red and white cars of the TP2 category right now. And it looks like Ken Urata's up front.
Yep.
But this is a really interesting situation. They have to negotiate getting past some of the TP cars. Chao Tek Seong is going to have the greatest opportunity. Daniel Ren Ui again. No, sorry, yes, it is. That's the 777 car.
Wow, Ken and Chao Tek Seong have left the rest of the field quite far behind.
Yeah, well, they've just gone past Leon Koo as well. Oh, that's Ken Urata that's taken a big, big spin. So he's out of contention completely.
And again, it's the
just-
conditions that is
It was, you
resulting
know what
in
that
this.
was? He was on a part of the track that he thought was fine, had a quick look in his mirrors, hit a little bit of moisture, under no pressure at all, just checking on what was happening behind, and being Ken, manages to control that car very, very well. Calm as a cucumber is Ken Urata.
I imagine it mustn't be easy at all for these drivers just coming onto those track and thinking that there's no water there, but
There is
even in a
still,
straight line,
there's patches of moisture around. That's what you got to watch just post-rain. It's easier in some respects if it's still raining, because then at least the entire track is wet and you know what to do. But in this case, you're kind of half thinking, is this part dry, is that part not? That's exactly what happened to Ken. I'm assuming, yes, Boy Wong is now at 2:30.786, so he's still lapping 1 second faster than these two cars behind him. Johnny Z and Fadzil Alang both on 2:31. 2:37.86 is now the fastest lap that we've seen from Boy Wong.
and unfortunate for Lee Kam Soon, our pole sitter earlier, who's now in pit.
Yeah, a lot of troubles with that car apparently. And is now 2 laps behind, as is Wong Chung Hyung from R Engineering. Well, is Fadzil Alang going to try? It's very tempting right now to try and push that car. But based on how it's been going and the fact that Boy Wong has now put in 2 straight fast sectors, he's trying to go even faster now. I would try and consolidate second.
For now.
For now. Well, no, I think I would for this race. I would try and consolidate second. I don't think I'd try and push. It's a difference between 3 points, and that's what he lost yesterday. He could have got 12 points yesterday very easily. Didn't, and is now facing that gap in the standings. So if he can, that bonnet is off again. Look at it. I don't know, maybe they just haven't stapled it down enough or what, but it's certainly not moving in the air as it did yesterday. But I would settle for second if you could. The tire problems won't be that much of a problem. I suspected it was a transmission problem that hit him yesterday. But it shouldn't be that much of a problem in these slightly cooler conditions.
And he was in great spirits at the end of the race as well.
Yeah, I remember he was taking selfies at the side of the track. Lee Kam Soon, again, just getting that car around the track right now on his outlap from being in the pits.
Yeah, look, Lee Kam Soon doing all he can to try and finish this race, regardless of position.
You know, he said he was going to try his best. It's very interesting things happening up at the front here, because Fadzil Alang has just been going faster as well. So Fadzil Alang has now hit 2:30. So has Jonathan Z.
But Boy Wong has just posted the fastest. He is
2:29.942.
fastest current lap, dipping under the 2:30.
It's good to see all 3 of them pushing. That's Lee Kam Soon. Good to see all 3 of the top 3 pushing. But again, still, Fadzil and Johnny Z are going to have to do a little bit more if they're going to want to take out Boy Wong, who's just been on purple sectors almost consistently. In fact, that's what we get up here on our timing screens. You can get it, of course, on Get Live Results as well. But purple, very, very fast indeed.
Yeah, fastest lap, swiftly followed by the fastest 2 sectors.
And yeah, he was just off on sector 2 as well. That was taken in the end by Jonathan Z. So all of the top 3 are slowly but surely kind of pulling closer and further. This is the big fight for... Oh no, there's not a fight anymore because Ken Urata's gone. Chow Tek Song is well on his way once again to picking up what could be a title-defining win. I mean, he's going to be very hard to catch.
Yeah, Chow Tek Song looking for a 3rd win.
Well, you got to expect that he's going to put in that kind of performance for round 4 as well. So very difficult to catch. And for him, he's just going to sit behind Leon Koo.
And also a significant absentee is Jasmine Tan, who's
Yeah.
not competing this
Not
weekend.
competing this weekend, that's right.
That actually opens up the opportunity for Chiao Tek Song to really go and consolidate his position in top spot.
So these are the top 3 in TP, and you can see on the left of your screen just 2.6 seconds between all 3 of them. But that should be enough. Because every time, I can tell you that Fadzil and Jonathan Z have already clocked 229s, but still not the right 229. Only 3 cars have hit 229. Boy Wong keeps just 100th of a second faster than Fadzil Alang at the moment. But the point is, he's faster. That's Baron Sim, who's recovered from that big spin.
Someone who's not recovered is Lee Kam Soon, Jeev. He's again looks to be out.
Looks to be out. Big question mark by his name. So that's Baron Sim, who is currently, that's 4th position. That's Baron Sim that is pushing Chiao Tek Song in TP2. Here they come.
And remember, Baron Sim had a spin-off earlier as well.
Oh, he did. Now let's just see exactly how close they are. There's Chiao Tek Song, there's Baron Sim. Yeah, that's about...
He's recovered admirably well, Baron Sim.
Yeah, he's picked that up well. I don't think there's any damage to his car. So he's reeling in Chiao Tek Song. Now that could make things a bit interesting.
He's the only one currently standing in Chiao Tek Song's way for another 15 points.
229.416. Boy Wong is still getting faster and faster. That's the fastest lap we've seen. That was his last lap. There he is. That Honda FK8. And there's confirmation of it. 229.942 was his last. 229.416 was his best. Left. That's roughly 5 laps at this pace. 5, possibly 6. But Boy Wong, let's see now if he's going even faster. 229.777 for the first time. Fadzil Alang is going faster. Jonathan Z is at 230.088. So Fadzil is beginning to close in at just the right time.
Perhaps it's the second half of the race for Fadzil.
Has to watch it. Has to watch that car. That's obviously been the problem for the whole year. Don't push it too hard. But at this current pace, he is going to be reeling in that #1 car. Now there is just there's 1 second between Chiao Tek Song and Baron Sim in TP2.
And Leona Chin has made her way to 3rd.
Yes, she has.
Great to see Leona Chin up there as well.
Certainly her best performance this weekend, possibly even last weekend.
Yeah, she's had some problems with her car as well. I think in round 1 she was a non-starter right on the grid just before they went on their formation lap.
1.563 seconds now. As predicted, Fadzil Alang beginning very slowly to reel in Boy Wong. He's 1.3 seconds ahead of Jonathan Z. Now that's a situation that we're going to keep an eye on, but should develop quite nicely.
This was exactly how he was panning out like yesterday's race. Right up till Fadzil Alang's setback and Jonathan Z.
Well, if it does go exactly the same, then Fadzil in about 7 minutes should really put pedal to the metal and see what he can do. But as I said, if he's already closing up now, then if it's not broken, don't fix it. Great little car. A45 hasn't really proved its worth this year, but it has in previous seasons. It's taken part. ST Wangan brought one up a few years back for MCS. That did very well. That dominated that year.
despite some of its setbacks, it still managed to finish twice at the podium top.
Well, we have a new fastest overall lap, 2:29.399. That's Boy Wong again. So he's up the ante. Chow Tek Song ruling the roost in TP2, and there is Baron Sim just behind him now, just 1.5 seconds behind. Well, if Baron can take this win, then it's going to set up round 4 pretty well, but still has a little bit of work to do, obviously. He's very close now, much closer than 1.5 seconds, I think. But we will find out.
1.8 seconds.
In terms of lapping, he's lapping 3 seconds faster than, well, 1 second faster than Chow Tek Song. He's actually going to have a pop. I reckon at the second half of this lap, he's going to be in prime position to have a look. He's not going to be crazy enough to have a look now.
Perhaps coming into turn 4 and 5.
Turn 4 and 5 could be maybe turn 9 and 10. But definitely lapping 1 second faster than the car ahead of him. And that means, as I said earlier, the numbers do not lie. So turn 4 and turn 5 just out of his reach. Remember, there was an oil spill on turn 4 earlier this afternoon.
It's a much closer battle compared to the TP class.
Yeah, that's stretching out a bit up at the front. TP2 getting closer. TP1 stretching out.
And these two are in a league of their own because Leonard
Here he goes, here he goes. Has his first look. That's a very nice move. Baron Sim has done well for that extra second of speed that he managed to coax out of that car and has taken the lead in TP2.
On turn 7 he did it.
Yeah, I know. I thought he was going to wait till now. In fact, look
at
at
that.
Turn 9 and 10. He's taken it too wide. He just ducked in too early. That was a glorious attempt by Chow Tek Song. Just didn't work out for him.
And I think dwaddle on the brakes a little bit too long.
Yeah, look at the gap that's opened up. I'm happy to see that because it shows the people watching exactly how one tiny difference can make all the impact on the corners. Meanwhile, up at the front, by the way, Fadzalalang has put in a 2:29.367. That is now the fastest lap of the race.
Yeah, he went wide here, Chow Tek Song.
And then he ducked in too early here.
Ducked in too early, and I think...
Yeah, had to brake.
Just did not step on it quick enough.
Well, he just couldn't pull the car in at the time, so he had to brake to make the corner, and that gave a glorious opportunity for Baron Sim to cement the win. No, that's very wide, but should have the straight line speed. Look at that, absolutely neck and neck. How are they lapping? 2:35.061, 2:35.622. It's Baron Sim that's faster, but brakes a little bit earlier and gives the lead. Oh, this is fantastic driving from both of them. To go through turns 1 and 2 side by side, that's not easy. 2:29.367, that's the fastest we've seen. These guys are lapping at 2:35.061 and 6:22 respectively.
Just trying to probe for any sort of opening, but Baron has been efficient in the corners and also in the straights.
He's got to go faster, Jason Chow.
What a win it would be for Baron Sim after spinning out early on.
Starting at the back of the grid as well.
Yeah.
Well, that is a huge battle. And it looks like it's got good value for the last possibly 3 laps of this race. This could go down to the wire. Meanwhile, up at the front, that's how close Fadzil Alang is now to Boy Wong. 2:28.804 from Fadzil Alang, 2:28.693 from Johnny Z. We are breaking the records now.
So they've all posted fastest laps on different...
Yeah, all three of the front three have had the fastest lap title. Right now it's Johnny Z with a 2:28.693. But this right now means that those two cars at second and third are actually going faster. Fadzil Alang is going to try and do what he didn't do yesterday, which is, first of all, take this car, maybe here at turn 5. Oh, that's a nice move. He's got half a car and through, nicely through. Redemption, possibly.
Possibly.
I know you haven't said anything because you're expecting that car to stop on you.
With the A45, I think we just have to take it one lap at a time.
I'm not
but he's
expecting
looking good, good value for money, Fadzil.
I'm not expecting you to stop. I think he's definitely done a much better job this time. It would be tragic if that car stopped again on the last lap. Remember, yesterday he stopped at turn 15 on the last lap. So we are going to save our praise for him. And Boy Wong is still not out of the question. That's some great defending from Fadzil at turn 9. That's going to make sure that Boy Wong can't get through. Now, this is interesting because these two guys have been battling on this circuit for many, many years in different cars.
Yeah, they know each other's styles.
They know each other's styles well. They know the track well. And it is going to be difficult for well, for Boy Wong to do exactly what Fadzil Alang just did.
A really nice move here from Fadzil Alang, using the inside line just to shadow Boy Wong out of the picture.
Now, straight line speed or not, I said it at the start yesterday, I said it at the start today. If the A45 can hold on to its wings, then it will fly. 2:28.693, still the fastest lap that we've seen. And that, in fact, yes, it is. That's from Johnny Z that's closing up on both of these two. Now, that's one thing we need to look at in these last two laps.
I think it'll be Fadzil for the fastest lap in this one.
Fadzil should have the fastest lap here, yeah. 2:30, no, yeah, 2:29.647. Johnny Z, 2:29.347.
Oh, it was Johnny Z that was that is fastest.
Yeah.
Not reflective in the...
I don't think he's going to have enough time.
Yeah. I mean, he's a whole 2.6 seconds behind.
Yeah, he's going to have to use that extra burst of speed he just found just to catch up. I think that Fadzil Alang could do this. He's just got to hang on for basically 2 more laps. And then he's going to be in contention. Now, these 2 laps, he's going to have to defend every single corner. It's only 0.4 of a second ahead. This is the tough one here.
It's so crucial that he navigates this corner without putting too much of pressure on those tires.
He just has to, you just saw him do it just there. On the racing line, you just have to make sure that your car is just waving on and off the racing line enough that Boy Wong cannot have that chance. And right now, it's perfect. That's perfect defending. So he's going to shift over to the left side now and just cut that angle off now. He's going to stay right in the middle and make sure he can't come in on the inside. That's beautiful driving from Fadzil Alang. He just has to do that for the next 2 laps. If he can do that, he's essentially doing what Mark Darwin did, which is making that car very, very wide at just the right time. It doesn't matter if you're going to be a second faster or a second slower, if you can just defend. And that Mercedes looks like it's on point today.
But for Boy Wong, it's just about putting the pressure, just mounting the pressure, and he will know that that A45 is culpable.
He's got to do, I said he's got...
I think all he's got to do is just try and put as much pressure as possible. Even if he can't match him on the straight line, he's just got to keep that gap as close as possible.
Anything could happen in terms of reliability. I think that Boy Wong has to ask some serious questions now. Fadzil has seen a path to winning this race. All he has to do, possibly for 1 lap, is just keep doing exactly what he did. Now, as they come through, let's look at their lap times again. 2:28.403. That is the fastest we've seen all day from Fadzil Alang. 2:28.588 from Boy Wong. So at this point in time, he is not going to catch him. Johnny Z is put in 2:28.303.
Yeah, they're all on 2:28.
How is Johnny Z not catching these two?
I'm surprised too that he's not closed the gap.
It's 3 laps that he's been the fastest man on the track, but he's just not catching them. That's it. There's confirmation of it. That is the fastest we've seen all weekend. 2:28.303. Getting closer, but he's not going to have enough time. I think this is how it's going to end. Let's just check in again with, whoa, Chow Tek Song is 0.5 of a second behind Baron Sim.
Yeah, Baron Sim's actually pulled away.
So we had a close finish in MTC. We had a really close finish in MT2G. It looks like it's going to come down to the last corner here in TP1 and TP2 as well. And throughout all of this, believe it or not, it's the 3rd place man, Jonathan Z, that's been the fastest man on track for the last 3 laps. You explain that. That doesn't even make sense.
What's clear is Jonathan has not given up
I think if
any possibility of, you know, finishing 3rd. He wants.
Yeah, he wants to get the podium for sure. And if Johnny Z had started this run of 2:28.303, maybe 3 or 4 laps before, I reckon he would have done it. But he's just run out of time here. So Fadzil Alang looks like he's going to have 1 more lap to do. And it looks like Boy Wong has pulled off a little bit. 0.6 of a second now. Fascinating competition between, well, I'm going to say all 3 because Johnny Z, who's just going to enter your picture now, is still the fastest. So this will be coming up. This should be the last lap. I'm just looking at the starters box now. Well, we'll get confirmation of it as they come round turn 15. So it is. We have got confirmation now. This is going to be the last lap. There's the last lap board. It's out. So 1 lap, 2 minutes and 29 seconds for Boy Wong to try and make a difference.
Yes, this is not a foregone conclusion the way I see it.
2:27.964.
And that's Fadzil.
That's the fastest we've seen. That 8:45 is.
964, that's marginally
Yeah, that's
lower than
that's right.
yesterday's result.
That's actually hitting.
But it is a 2:27 nonetheless.
It's the only car that's hit 2:27 in this race. Look at him. He's absolutely pulling away.
He's actually pulled away, yes. He's now a full second ahead of Boy Wong.
Hats off to Fadzil Alang. Well done. I said at the start of the race, the 8:45. If it's on form, it's on form. I didn't expect this form, though. I didn't expect 2:27s. I thought he'd have to fight a little bit harder for it. But hey, he's had a tough weekend. And it looks like he's about to get redemption for all of it.
Can we say it's a redemption weekend for a lot of these
Well,
top competitors?
If Baron Sim can win TP2, that means the whole Touring Production Championship is open before round 4.
Yeah, it makes for great spectacle as we come into the final round next month. That obviously offering double points as well.
But I think that if Boy Wong and Chow Tek Song had won these races, I think it would have been a little bit more difficult for everybody else in round 4.
Indeed.
That's the big fight there. Oh, look at that. Baron Sim's actually lost the lead.
Chow Tek Song has done it in the final few turns.
I was just saying that. I think so. It looks like Chow Tek Song is about to put at least one hand on the title itself if he can get this win.
And Boy Wong looks to have
Boy
closed
Wong is closed
in as
so
well.
much. Baron Sim retakes the lead in TP2. This is getting down to the wire. Fantastic day of racing. It looks like Chow Tek Song was going to have another pop. So this is the final corner, and these are the top 3. Look at that. 1, 2, 3. Very wide from Boy Wong. Johnny Z stopped.
Yeah, he stalled for a while. Fadzil's already celebrating before the checkered flag.
Fadzil has won it. Boy Wong in second. Johnny Z looks like he slipped a gear. If anything, missed a gear on turn 15. And this fight is right down to the wire as well. So this is turn 10. Chow Tek Song goes really wide. He's done it again. He had that chance earlier on. He braked and he let Baron Sim through. Now he's completely blown it. That is the move that is going to keep the championship open for round 4. No way at all that he is going to catch Baron Sim now. Same place. We saw this happen before.
Exactly, turn 9.
He broke last time, made the corner. This time he breaks, he doesn't make the corner. Baron Sim does. And he is through. So here he comes on the back straight. The winner for TP2. Well, Nick, these are the exact results that we needed to keep this championship alive and kicking all the way through to round 4 next month, as you said. So he comes around to get his checkered flag.
What a weekend it has been for Baron Sim. I never thought that this was possible after he spun off early on and dropped a few rungs.
Absolutely. Starting at the back of the grid, spins out on the second lap, has a huge fight with Chow Tek Song all the way to the end, and manages to last out up till turn 10 when he finally won. And as for this guy, well, what can you say? Fadzil Alang has proved that Superpower lubricants by Papaya are in fact up and running with this A45 AMG.
Fadzil Alang collecting his 3rd consecutive victory in the MTCC.
So based on his performance so far, this means that he's going to DNF round 4? Is that his?
Let's hope not.
I mean, statistically though, that's how it looks right now. Well, Fadzil, and when you watch this back, that's what
if
you
you're
need to
looking
aim
at
for.
form, right? It was a non-finish in the first race, and then immediately victory in the second race.
Yeah.
And then victory in the first race of the second round, and then did not do well in the second race. And yesterday was a DNF
as well. So it's all or nothing is basically it. I look at that, I thought for a second it stopped again. But it hasn't. He's just taking a very slow victory lap, as so he should.
I think in the case of Fadzil Alang, it's all about the plan A and making sure that the plan A is a plan 100%.
Well, I don't think there's a plan B.
It's like a plan B.
I think there's just one letter in his alphabet. That's plan A or nothing. This time, though, I really salute him after yesterday for pushing in the last 2 laps, because that's exactly what pushed his car off yesterday. But you know, you want to hammer home these problems, and they certainly found a solution today.
And a credit to his team as well for getting that A45 in a prime condition for today's race.
No, it's done perfectly well, that car. As you can see, the Superpower Lubricants Papaya team are ready. Arena is also ready to talk to the winner. And Fadzil, I'm sure, is going to have a big, big smile on his face. Let's just let him clear the way. After all the struggles, the trials and tribulations that they've had, it's got to be a great relief to come through with the win.
I'm really keen to hear what he has to say, especially strategy coming
I
into
want to hear
race.
about the 227 that he put in, because it wasn't just the win, it was the nature of the win. Great advert for touring production, actually, to have the top 3 cars, Modern Racing, OPM Line and Superpower, all having the fastest lap at some point in that race.
All right, Fadzil, what a victory for our TP category. Congratulations to you, first of all.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
Now, of course, firstly, this is a redemption from yesterday's round. Do you care to explain what happened at the very end? You were so close.
Yeah, yesterday the team have prepared very well car, so super car, so we know the car can be on podium. So of course it's a new car, as I told you in the earlier, this is new development, so some technical issue, very small, so we found out, then we proved today that we...
But amazing, of course, you managed to pull through a win for today. Now, there was a very tight competition. Yeah, we noticed you against, of course, Boy Wong and Jonathan Z at the back as well. And, you know, you managed to pull through. It was very, very close. How do you feel about that? Of course, the track is also very wet. So that is also very challenging for you. How do you feel about the whole race so far?
So yeah, the track is so difficult, so tricky. And Boy Wong and Jonathan Z, they are very good driver as well. So I just have to full focus and try my best. And yeah, when I see the opportunity, then I just try, and then I believe on the car, maximum attack then.
Amazing, amazing. Can't wait for your next race. But of course, first off, we're going to see you on the podium shortly. So back to you, gents. Congratulations.
Well, we were talking next, Arena, we were talking about for plan A, his maximum attack. That's it. Now, let's get back down with another interview.
And here I am with Baron Sim. Congratulations, the winner for the TP2 category. What a race, what a victory. Now, there was a very tight competition with you and Taek Song. How do you feel about this race?
I'm nervous.
Nervous?
Yeah. No, because it's very wet, so I control the car, then just be careful, bring back the car, then so that I can win this race. So just now also I spun, so I managed to set back.
Yes,
yeah.
exactly.
So I think today is a wet race, so everyone is so careful also. So it's lucky that I can bring back the car.
Amazing, amazing. We're so happy to see you finally make it to the podium. Now, in terms of the car itself, is it good? Because we also see a lot of difficulty that you had. Do you think it's also ready and prepared for the next race to come?
I think now the setup is very good, so especially in the wet race. So I think we prepare already.
Amazing. The fact that you can aim and you can achieve for the wet race is truly amazing. Congratulations to you once again. Back to you, gents.
Thanks a lot, Arena. Yes, very happy Baron Sim and a very happy Fadzil, as you can imagine, with both of them now, as I said, keeping the championship open. Let's have a look at the full results for today. Fadzil with that fantastic performance, just ahead of Boy Wong and Johnny Z. All three of them put in a great performance. Daniel Chani Walker a bit quieter this time. Daniel Ren Uy, Leon Koo in 6th, and Lee Kam Sun in 7th.
And in the TP2, Baron Sim earlier on really engaging in such a dramatic battle and coming up tops to win the TP2 class. He beat Chow Taek Song. And Leona Chin, a commendable third place finish, which puts her on the podium. Kenurata in 4th, Jonathan Lee in 5th, and Wong Cheung Hong in 6th.
So that's the big results for TP1 and TP2. And some very close racing. And that 6-second deficit for Chow Taek Song was really just at the last lap. So this is how it all started off. Just after the rain, after the TSS Be Quick race, and it was still pretty wet. Look at that start from Fadzil. Just pushed himself. It was 6th and 7th that came through. Look at the Keep It Real car in the middle, because that also came through. This was the big fight at the beginning. Lee Kam Sun, of course, the early casualty. Thankfully, didn't leave any debris on the track. But those three cars, that was the big spin for Baron Sim that he recovered from perfectly well. Ken Urata would then have a huge spin as well. He was leading TP2 at that point. We wouldn't see Ken Urata again. Then it was all about these two right till the last corner. They were dicing in and out, turns 11, 12, 13, and 14. And in the end, it would be Baron Sim that would come through, but of course we had our eyes split between that and the front of TP. Boy Wong with one last charge, but it was Fadzil with a great piece of defending just in these last 2 laps that kept Boy Wong at bay. And as you said, Nick, celebrating even before he hit the flag because that was further than he got yesterday. Meanwhile, while that finishing was happening, Chow Tek-seong just couldn't hold it at turn 9. Baron Sim comes through for the win, and those two results have kept round 4 completely open in the MTCC. And that brings us to the end of our coverage for round 3, MTCC 2025. We do hope you've enjoyed it. As we said, round 4 is going to be in just about a month. Thanks to Nick Arnold for joining me today.
It's been a pleasure, Jeff, and looking forward to returning back for round 4 next month.
Definitely. You guys have a good one, and we'll catch you then.